Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. My name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. I am coming to you live from Daly Field in Boston, Massachusetts. Here to bring you some East Coast Football League action here at the end of the regular season. Today's contest pits the visiting Haverhill Hitmen against the hosting Golden Badgers. The Badgers coming off a tough 36-0 loss on the road to the Connecticut River Valley Northmen that officially eliminated the team from playoff contention. But they still got one fun night of football left here in this 2022 summer season. You can see the Golden Badgers in their white jerseys with the black jersey numbers and the golden outlines, starting their warm-ups, while over here on my right you can see the black and silver jerseys of the visiting Haverhill Hitmen. So with that in mind, as we get ready to get this one underway, let's take a look at the standings really quick. In the Coast Division, as part of the single A level of the East Coast Football League, the Haverhill Hitmen sharing a tie for first place in the division with a 6-1 record. They are tied with the Windsor Flyers for that top spot, with Windsor closing in on them with a 4-game win streak. The Badgers, meanwhile, second to last in the Coast Division standings with a 1-6 record. Their one win coming over the only team below them in the division standings, the East Boston Pirates, as the Badgers defeated them in the season opener. And then I think the team kind of folded, so every other game they've had has just been automatically marked as a forfeit loss. So exact reverse records of these two. And before we get this game underway, let's take a look at the rosters for the two teams here today. Let's start over here on my right. You can again see the Haverhill Hitmen stretching out as they get ready for this upcoming road match of theirs. Let's take a look at their roster. This courtesy of the league site will go in order of jersey number. Starting off for the Haverhill Hitmen, number 0, Nick Sosa. Next up, number 1, Isaiah Ocasio. Number 2, Xavier Garcia. Also wearing number 2, Tashawn Watson. Number 3, Chino Torres. Number 4, Sean Osorio. Number 5, Jake Barchard. Number 6, Andrew Loriano. Number 7, Jose Montanez. Number 8, Matt Luis. Number 9, Luke Chrétien. Number 10, Jeremiah Arriaga. Number 11, Jalen DeVoe. Number 12, Jose Florentino. Number 13, Brandon Gibb. Number 14, Jonathan Cruz. Number 15, Vinny Fonsuego. Number 16, Richie Grasso. Number 18, Jerry Plaud. Number 20, Camden Titus. Number 21, Nico Ortiz. Number 22, Junior Sabanda. Number 23, Sean O'Kelly. Number 24, James Seavey. Number 25, Shedson Pierre. Number 27, Jamal Jones. Number 28, Cameron Reynolds. Number 29, Lamar Mercedat. Number 31, Gabriel Olson Rittaker. Number 32, Connor Joseph. Number 35, Jorge Gonzalez. Number 37, Jordan Jones. Number 40, Mason Ocasio. Number 42, Justin Flores. Number 44, Carlos Aquino. Number 45, Jason Fletcher. Number 46, Zach Haygood. Number 51, Tyrone Torres Williams. Number 52, Christian Torres. Number 53, Eduardo Garcia. Number 54, Bobby Romano. Number 55, Jeffrey Gilpin. Number 56, Adam Mondello. Number 57, Kyle Coburn. Number 58, Manny Hernandez. Number 59, Christian Boucher. Number 62, Patrick Manning. Number 63, Eli Copeland. Number 64, Jorge Gonzalez. And for those of you paying close attention, that's not a mistake. There are two guys on the Hitmen roster named Jorge Gonzalez, both number 64 and number 35. Moving along, number 70, Andrew Mondello. Number 72, Tyler Huntley. Number 75, Larry Benji. Number 77, Vernon Pendergrass. Number 88, Pastor John Baptiste. Number 89, Jose Martinez. Number 93, Mason Morgan. Number 96, Sheldon Vibbard. And number 99, Oswaldo Castro. So that is the roster for the visiting Haverhill Hitmen. With that out of the way, let's take a look at the roster today for the host team, the Golden Badgers. Now, as a request, I was asked to just introduce the players in attendance today for the Badgers as opposed to the entire lineup, as there are a number of guys missing today. So based on my best head count, here are the players here today for the Golden Badgers. Also going in order of jersey number, first off we have number 3, Marquise Hughes. Number 4, Ralph Duperville. Number 11, Ermin Gonzalez. Number 15, Brandon Brito. Number 17, Pat Picariello. Number 26, Desmond Rogers. Number 28, Nate Perilla. Number 38, Marquis Allen. Number 47, Cuba Morales. Number 53, Sherlin Harvey. Number 70, Roberto Perez. Number 87, Javon Furtado. And finally, number 99, Eric Dukes. So that is the lineup for the Badgers today. Hughes, Duperville, Gonzalez, Brito, Picariello, Rogers, Perilla, Allen, Morales, Harvey, Perez, Furtado, and Dukes. So the Badgers a little short-handed here for the regular season finale. Like I said, they were knocked out of postseason contention last weekend on the road against the Connecticut River Valley Northmen. So this last week really comes down to, you know, that next level of the fun of the game. So the Badgers a little short-handed. The Hitmen seem to have plenty of players in attendance today. And of course, they are riding high, hoping to stay in first place in the Coast Division. Now, of course, after hearing those rosters, and also when you hear me calling names throughout the game tonight, if you notice me flubbing anyone's name on either side, you know, maybe the jersey number listing on the website is wrong, or maybe I'm mispronouncing someone's name. Either way, just let me know in the live chat, and I'll get it accurately. Also, feel free to use the live chat to let me know if there are any technical snafus. I will probably notice if there are, but there's always a chance that the technical difficulty doesn't show on my end. And so if you can let me know about that, that can help me try and fix whatever the problem is. And of course, I encourage you to use the live chat to shout out your favorite team, your favorite player. If you want to say where you're tuning in from, whatever you want to say, I encourage you to participate in the live chat. And of course, if you go on to enjoy this live stream, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. This summer season may be over for the East Coast Football League, but I will have plenty of more live sports broadcasts with other teams coming up in this channel. So feel free to stay tuned for those. Subscribing to the channel can help. You can see the captains meeting at midfield for the opening coin toss. It looks like the Hitmen won the toss and elected to defer. So it looks like the Badgers will be receiving, and they'll be playing on our right side while the Hitmen play on our left here in the first quarter. Once again, I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan coming to you live from Daly Field in Boston, Massachusetts for this East Coast Football League regular season finale between the visiting Haverhill Hitmen and the hosting Golden Badgers. All right, looks like the Badgers also have a late showing player to add to their roster. I believe that is number 9, Hugh Simmons. And the Badgers certainly can use all the players they can get. A little short-handed today. And short-handed while going up against the best team in the division, record-wise. This projects to be a challenging game for the Badgers. But what is the game if it's not a challenge? You know, what are you doing it for? So here we go. The Hitmen lining up to boot this one away. Looks like their kicker is number 16, Richie Grasso. Or Grasso. Back deep for the Golden Badgers is number 3, Marquise Hughes, and number 4, Ralph Duperville. So let's see what happens here. We're about ready for this opening kickoff. Hitmen at Badgers 2022 regular season finale. Just waiting. Get the go-ahead signal here from the officials. All right, here we go. Grasso signaling the teammates as they get ready for this opening kickoff. Signals both ways. There was the whistle. Here he comes, and we're underway. It's a line drive kick. Goes through the hands of Erman Gonzalez. He chases it down, picks it up, stumbles, tries to get back up and run around, trying to evade some tacklers, and he runs into a pile. Doesn't get very far. But with the short kick, it's some decent field position for the Badgers as they get ready for their first offensive possession. This will be 1st and 10 from the Badgers' 30-yard line. So again, the Badgers a little short-handed today. So it'll be interesting to see what they're able to handle, at the line of scrimmage, what their skill players are able to do, things of that nature. As we get ready for this opening possession. Here come the Badgers in a basic I formation, 2 receivers to the left. I believe 1 tight end on the right. Picariello under center, takes the snap, hands off, running up the middle for a short gain. That was number 47, Cuba Morales. So it looks like it's going to be about 2nd down and 9. I'm going to see if I can put the down and distance into the scoreboard in your bottom left corner. Oh, but if I'm going to do that, I better make sure it's still, everything fits on the screen. All right, that should be all fixed. So 2nd and 9 for the Badgers. Badgers back in the same formation, basic I, 2 receivers to the left. Picariello takes the snap, another handoff, trying to fight through a cluster of players and finally taken down. I think that's going to be a loss on the run by Morales once again. Looks like it's going to be a loss of 2, so that's 3rd and 11. So the Badgers try 2 runs, 1 gains 1 yard and 1 loses 2 yards. All right, they're coming out for 3rd down and long. Shotgun formation, 1 back on either side of Picariello, presumably to help blocking. 2 receivers on the left, takes a snap, drops back, tries a screen, misses his target, almost picked off as he threw it into some traffic. Pass was intended for Cuba Morales, but not going to go anywhere. That was very close to being a pick 6. I think it was Haverhill's number 20, Camden Titus, who almost got a gift given to him right there. But instead it's going to be 4th and long, and my guess is we're going to see the punt team coming out for the Badgers. Number 11, Ermin Gonzalez, lining up to punt it away as the Badgers try and get in their punt formation. Snap to Gonzalez. Punt is booted. It's a little short, but it's taken. No fair catch. Dodges the first tackler. Number 23 finds a gap. He's got blockers out in front. Heading down the far sideline. Still going. Still on his feet. They're not going to get him. Touchdown, Hitmen. A punt return touchdown by number 23, Sean O'Kelly. The Hitmen put the first 6 points on the board. And now they will go for the extra point. Either the PAT or the 2-point conversion. O'Kelly took that punt, dodged out of the way of the gunner, and from there, just some very nice blocking from the Hitmen, isolating him on that far sideline. Looks like Richie Grasso, the Hitmen kicker, is going to line up to boot this one away. or not to boot it away, to try and boot it through the uprights for the PAT. Snap, ball down, kick up, and it's through. PAT successful. And the Hitmen take a very quick 7-0 lead over the Golden Badgers. A punt return touchdown by Sean O'Kelly gives the visitors the early advantage. So the Hitmen still not going to get their first offensive possession, as it's been all defense and special teams for them so far. They will kick it back to the Badgers, who will try to get the ball moving again with this second possession. Richie Grasso lining up for the kickoff for the Hitmen. Once again, Hughes and Duperville back deep, although the last kick was a shallow line drive by Grasso. He's lining up the ball on the near hash. There's the signal. He might be trying for an onside kick, just looking at where he's angled. He's going to kick it high in the air. Caught, but were they 10 yards across? Did he stay in bounds? And they throw the flag, possibly for an illegal touch on Haverhill, possibly for an out-of-bounds kick. I mean, it was a bold strategy going for the onside kick. I'm almost surprised the Badgers didn't change their formation to respond. But let's see what they call it. It looks like they're calling it Golden Badgers ball. I don't know, I'm still a little confused. Oh, it looks like they're going to redo the kick from further back as a result, I think. Or do the Badgers simply have the ball? This is very confusing. Not a lot of things being made clear. Looks like it's simply going to be 1st and 10 for the Badgers on their opponent's 35-yard line. So the failed onside kick gives the Badgers some good possession there, good field position. They're going to call timeout. And so here in the first quarter, the Badgers trying to get organized and get ready for their second offensive possession. They've been given a good spot on the field on the Hitmen's 35-yard line. And now they come back out. Last possession, they did 2 handoffs to Cuba Morales for a 1-yard gain and a 2-yard loss, and then an incomplete screen pass to Morales made it a 3 and out. So let's see if they're able to capitalize on the special teams mistake by Haverhill. Picariello coming out in shotgun, one back on either side, two receivers to his left, one tight end to his right. Takes the snap, drops back, looking to throw, got some time, fires, oh, broken up. A good pass intended for number 4, Ralph Duperville, but well broken up by the Hitmen's number 25, Shedson Pierre. You know, even though that ended for an incomplete pass, that does, you know, I would say that boasts some potential hope for this Golden Badgers offense. Picariello had the time he needed to get that throw off, and it was a decent throw, you know, not perfectly in the chest or anything like that. Duperville did have to try and reach. You know, it was just a good move by the safety, Pierre. So it'll be 2nd and 10. Still at the 35. They're going to put the 2 wide receivers on the short side this time, over on the right, as again, Picariello has got 2 back on either side of him. Drops back, looking to pass, unloads over the outstretched hands of Duperville, incomplete. That'll be 3rd and 10. In coverage for the Hitmen, I believe, was number 40, Mason Ocasio. But Duperville didn't have a chance at it anyway. The pass rush was forcing Picariello to make a throw that maybe he didn't want to make at that juncture. He had a guy almost in his face at that point. Third and 10, and this time the Badgers running 3 receivers, 2 to the left, 1 to the right, and just 1 back to the left of Picariello. Takes the snap, drops back, looking, unloading, misses. I'm not sure if that pass was intended for Ralph Duperville or for Marquise Hughes, as it was an overthrow for Duperville and an underthrow for Hughes. So 3 straight incompletes for the Badgers leave them with 4th and 10. So this is about the area of the field where a lot of times teams will have free rein to try and go for it rather than punt. Because at this level, you know, punting and going to trying to pin your opponent deep, it's a tricky thing to execute. So I definitely understand them going for it here on 4th and 10. 2 receivers to the left, a back on either side. Snap to Picariello, drops back, looking, throwing as he's hit through the hands of the defender, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. James Seavey couldn't haul that one in. Picariello hit as he threw, as the Haverhill pass rush did a good job breaking through, forcing a throw that maybe he didn't want to make. And so that'll be a turnover on downs for the Badgers. So the Badgers start with good field position, but they aren't able to take advantage. Now, for the first time, we will see the Haverhill Hitmen offense coming out onto the field. Looks like the quarterback is number 1, Isaiah Ocasio. He's got a receiver on either side, a fullback to his left, and a running back a few steps behind him. Takes the snap, hands off. Number 37 bouncing to the outside, trying to fight off a tackler. He does for a bit, manages to get a few extra yards on that carry. Number 37, Jordan Jones, on the carry there for the Hitmen. Looks like got them out to the 42-yard line, a 7-yard gain. It's going to be 2nd down and about 3. You know, adding the down and distance, this is a new thing I'm trying on my football scoreboard. Let me know if you guys appreciate having that or if it makes the scoreboard look a little too janky or anything like that. Like it or not, just let me know in the live chat. Back out in that same, I believe, pistol formation on 2nd and 3. Snap to Ocasio, gives to number 6, who runs to his left, finds a bit of a hole, stumbles, bouncing to the outside, and finally forced out of bounds by Duperville. That'll be a first down conversion for number 6, Andrew Laureano. So first 2 plays for the Hitmen offense, both runs and both pretty productive. Pistol formation again. Ocasio takes a snap, tosses to Jones. Jones running to the outside. He's got some blockers, cuts up field. Now trying to escape, escapes one tackler, trying to cut back towards the middle. He's trying to do it all by himself. Going to the outside, it's a foot race, dives for the pylon. Touchdown, Hitmen. Jordan Jones, he had some good blockers creating some good-sized holes for him to run through, and then once he got into the open field, at that point it's just improvisation. And Jones improvised quite well for a pretty long-distance touchdown. I think that one was for a little less than 40 yards. I forgot to note the exact yard marker before they snapped it. But now here they go, Richie Grasso for another PAT. And we've, okay, no flag there. Just going to start over. Ball down, kick up, and straight through. An early 14-0 lead for the Hitmen. They've got a punt return touchdown from Sean O'Kelly, and now an over 30-yard touchdown run by number 37, Jordan Jones. Now we get ready for another kickoff from the Hitmen. All right, Grasso once again placing the ball on the near side hash at his own 35. And the Badgers might want to be wary of another potential onside kick like they tried last time. Of course, that last one was unsuccessful because it was kicked just a little too high, and I don't think it was far enough. If they're going to go for an onside kick and it's not touched by the Badgers, they'll need it to go at least to the 45, I believe. Grasso signals. Badgers still a bit disorganized. And this time he boots one. It's shallow, and it's juggled and dropped, and falling on the ball and recovering it, I believe that was Desmond Rogers. Near disaster for the Badgers. As you can see, kind of what the kicking strategy is for the Hitmen. Kick something high and short that takes a while to reach the receiver. Don't go for the deep guys because they tend to have the best hands on a return team. Go for the guys who are in a shallow spot, typically meant to block, and force them to try and make the catch and make the play. Fortunately for the Golden Badgers, Desmond Rogers does his job and gives the Badgers the ball at their own 36. Well, I believe I see a number for the Badgers that wasn't there before. That looks like number 69, Renee Loriano. Badgers coming out in the I formation this time. They've got Morales, the running back, Simmons, the fullback, Picariello under center, two receivers on his right. Snap, handoff, and Morales gets met right at the line for no gain, possibly a loss of 1. A good tackle by Haverhill's number 76. Who was not on the online roster, so unfortunately I'm not sure who that is. But whoever it was stopped Morales for no gain on the carry there. Now coming out of the huddle for 2nd and 10 from their own 36. They've now got Morales out wide as a receiver. They've got Marquise Hughes, number 3, taking his spot as the halfback. I formation. Snap. Toss to Hughes. Catches. Dodges. Trying to get back to the line, and he cannot. Wrapped up around the ankles. Combined efforts of number 13 and 31 for Haverhill. That's Brandon Gibb and Gabriel Olsen Riddicker. Looks like that's going to be a loss of about 2, maybe 3. Looks like that sent them back from the 36 to the 33-yard line. So it's now going to be 3rd and 13. As again, the Badgers struggling in the trenches, so their backs aren't getting the holes they need. Looks like they're lining up in a pass formation now, shotgun. A running back on either side. A very tight formation this time, though. Snap to Picariello, dropping back, looking to throw. Fires up in the air and just out of reach of Marquise Hughes. So close, but just a little bit wide. Picariello floated that one in the air, which gave the speedy Hughes the chance to try and chase after it, but just couldn't get there, just out of reach. And that's going to bring up 4th down and 13. $14-0 the Hitmen lead here in the first quarter. No scoreboard clock, so I can't tell you how much time is left in the period. Looks like the Hitmen have Jordan Jones back deep. Jones, of course, had that wild, long rushing touchdown. And, of course, the Hitmen scored their first touchdown on a punt return. So the Badgers got to be wary on this play. Snap to Gonzalez. Punt almost blocked, but just gets it away. It's shallow. Favorable bounce for the Golden Badgers, and it's going to be picked up by Marquise Hughes. So that'll be a fresh set of downs for the Hitmen as they take over on the punt. And I think they just whistled for... Did they just whistle for the end of the first quarter? I think they did. And that is going to be the end of the first quarter. So we are through one here at Daly Field in Boston, Massachusetts. The score after one, the Haverhill Hitmen 14, the Golden Badgers 0. The team's being reminded to switch sides. Looks like the Hitmen will start on their own 37-yard line. 1st and 10. Shotgun formation. Isaiah Ocasio, the quarterback. He's got 2 receivers on either side of him. Looks like the Hitmen might be going to the air. Snap. Ocasio drops back, looking, unloads, down the far sideline. Caught! How did he catch that one? He's trying to dance around the secondary, trying to get an opening, and finally he steps out of bounds. A huge deep ball throw from Isaiah Ocasio to, I believe, number 4, Sean Osorio. And what a catch by Osorio. I mean, because of the high arcing throw, the Badgers defense had time to try and catch up, almost broke that one up. That was not an easy catch to make, but Osorio holds it in and bobs and waves his way for some yards after the catch, and now sets up Haverhill with a fresh set of downs deep inside the red zone. Going to be 1st and 10 from about the Badger 16-yard line. Snap to Ocasio, hands off to Jones. Jones bursting up the middle. He's got a hole, dives ahead, doesn't quite reach the end zone, but he's going to have the first down. So back-to-back first down plays for the Hitmen offense, and now they have 1st and goal at the Badger 5 after what was about an 11-yard run from Jordan Jones. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers either side. Jones to the right of Ocasio. Does not hand off, rolling out to his left. Still rolling, now pitches the throw, and he's got his man in the end zone for 6. I'm not entirely sure I'm going to keep an eye on that player's jersey number, but I believe that is number 15, Vinny Fonsuego. And indeed it is. A 5-yard touchdown pass from Ocasio to Fonsuego makes it a 20-0 ball game in favor of the visitors. Now Grasso lining up to attempt another PAT. Ball's down, kick is up, and it's good. Grasso now 3 for 3 on those PATs. So now the score, the Haverhill Hitmen 21, the Golden Badgers 0. So that was basically a 3-play drive for the Haverhill Hitmen there. And so now this will be another kickoff for Grasso and the Hitmen. And again, Grasso taking that right hash to set up for his kickoff. He's been going for these diagonal trajectory kicks that hang in the air, try and give his team a chance to chase the ball down. So you wonder if the Badgers might adjust their return formation. And it looks like they might. They've got Picariello back deep, and they've got Marquise Hughes up in a slightly more shallow area. Kick from Grasso, it's onside again. It's caught by Eric Dukes. Dukes taking off, and he gets a nice gain after catching the attempted onside kick. Eric Dukes gives his team some good field position there. The Badgers still trying to see if they can move the ball offensively. They have not had much luck. No first downs so far. But for now, the Badgers starting on the Haverhill 39-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10. Badgers coming out in a tight shotgun formation. One back on either side of Picariello. Snap, hands off to Morales. Morales trying to bounce to the outside. He's got nowhere to go and gets smushed by the combined efforts of Sean O'Kelly and I believe Brandon Gibb. And that play backfires for what appears to be about a 4-yard loss. As they go back from the 39 to the 43-yard line. I mean, you can see what they were thinking with the design of that play. You know, design it like a pass. Go for a handoff and see if you can get a boost to the outside, but they just weren't able to seal off that edge. Shotgun formation again, 2nd and long. Snap, Picariello drops back, looking, throwing, broken up. Or did he catch it? No, he did not. Attended target was Cuba Morales, broken up by number 40, Mason Ocasio. And so that's going to force 3rd and 14. You know, again, you can see that Picariello, maybe not consistently, but he is getting a fair amount of time on these throws. But the Hitmen bringing some tight coverage against the Badgers receivers. Shotgun again, 1 receiver out wide on either side, 2 backs, drop back, quick throw across the middle, almost picked off by Mason Ocasio. He knocks it down. Picariello was trying to thread the needle there to the tight end, Javon Furtado. And so that will make it 4th down and 14 to go. And this might be a situation where the Badgers punt, as Picariello has come off the field. So unless they're trying for some kind of a trick play, I mean, we saw Marquise Hughes, for those of you who have been watching my streams of the Badgers home games, Hughes did have a few reps at quarterback in their last game against the Connecticut Rebels. But it looks like they're just going to set up in punt formation. Gonzalez ready to punt. Jones back deep to receive. Snap. Punt is away. It's high. It's shallow. It's going to take a favorable bounce, but right into the arms of Jones. Jones taking off down the far side. He's got some blockers. Now running out of room. Trucks his defender, but still gets brought down. Rene Laureano. Good effort there to make sure he kept a grip on Jordan Jones on that play to make sure he went down. But another strong run from the Haverhill Hitmen places them in good field position here. It'll be 1st and 10 from the Badgers' 43-yard line. So far, the Hitmen have had 2 offensive possessions this half, and they've found the end zone on both of them. We'll see what they do here. 1st and 10 from the Badger 43. Snap to Ocasio, drops back, looking, fires. His man's got a step, and the defender just stopped covering him. Touchdown. A 43-yard touchdown pass in one play from Isaiah Ocasio. And I can't quite make out the receiver's jersey number, but I think that might be Osorio. They're going to line up for the PAT. And yes, I believe that was number 4, Sean Osorio. And meanwhile, I think this time the Hitmen might be trying for 2. So a 43-yard touchdown pass makes it 27-0 Hitmen. And indeed, they will be lining up for a 2-point attempt. 2 receivers out wide on either side. Ocasio in shotgun. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff, rolls out, quick throw, dropped. Just a little too wide for the intended target, who I believe was number 2, which is either Xavier Garcia or Tashawn Watson. So for the first time, the Hitmen try to go for 2, and for the first time, they don't get any extra points. And so the lead remains 27-0 here in the second quarter. Hitmen lining up with their usual kick formation with the ball on the right hash. They've tried an onside kick twice today already. The last one well recovered by number 99, Eric Dukes. Grasso signals. Now kicks it off down the right side. Takes a favorable bounce. I think it's going to stay. No, it's not going to stay in bounds. That's going to go out of bounds. And that means the Badgers are going to get the ball, I believe, at the 40, maybe the 35. You know, a risky take there, given how it was bouncing. I think it was number 28, Nate Perilla, who was back deep and had to make the judgment call there. And ultimately, his judgment was correct, as just barely the ball bounced out of bounds. So it'll be 1st and 10 at the 35 for the Golden Badgers. They've been doing a pretty consistently good job of getting good field position on their special teams, but haven't had as much luck moving the offense. We've got another new arrival for the Badgers. Adding to their roster is number 49, Peter Beauville. So here come the Badgers, ready for 1st and 10 from their own 35. I formation, one receiver out wide on either side. One tight end on the right, I believe. Snap, Picariello, hands off, dancing, trying to find room and nowhere to go, and that might be a loss of 1 on the handoff to Cuba Morales. And indeed, that's going to be a loss of 1 back to their own 34. He was able to juke around the first defender there, but then he hit a wall just behind the line of scrimmage. Second and 11 for the Badgers. Shotgun formation this time. One receiver out wide on either side, a back to either side of Picariello. Snap, drops back, looking to throw, looking, fires, hits his man. That's Ralph Duperville. Duperville got a blocker in front of him, fighting for some extra yards and is forced out of bounds just short of the marker. That's got to be probably the most productive play for the Badgers offense so far. Looks like got about 8 yards, so it's going to be 3rd and 3 off the catch and run by Ralph Duperville. It'll be 3rd and 3 from the 42-yard line. Badgers coming out of the huddle. This might be their best chance to convert a first down so far today. 3rd down, 3 yards to go. Same shotgun formation. Snapped Picariello, hands off. Hugh Simmons trying to barrel his way through. And a flag at the end of the play. Looks like some players got into it a little bit at the end of the play. So we'll see which way the penalty marker moves it. Oh, it's a penalty against the Hitmen. And a big one at that. I think they called a personal foul. So the Badgers are going to get their first down of the night off a personal foul that's going to move them all the way from their own 42 to the opposing 43-yard line. And I believe a timeout has been called by the Badgers. I don't know how much time they got left in the half. But now that a timeout has been called, they have a chance to try and huddle up, get organized, and get a plan for one last push before halftime. Again, I don't know how much time is left on the clock. You know, the scoreboard's not lit up here. I don't have a game clock with me, so can't really say how much time the Golden Badgers have to try and get things moving. As you can see, the chain gang having fun out here tonight. You know, it's a pretty thankless job to be running those chain gangs, to basically have to be standing up for the entire time when you're just, you know, moving the thing up and down the field. But for football, it's an important role. You know, someone's got to do it. Back on the field we go. 1st and 10 from the Hitmen 43-yard line. Badgers trying to get their offense moving. They've had, so far, a 1-yard loss on a run, an 8-yard gain on a pass, and a 15-yard gain on a personal foul against the Hitmen. Badgers break out of the huddle. Get ready for 1st and 10. They come out in another shotgun pass formation. And they go for the hard count. Wait, they're going for the free play. Picariello unloads, but nobody's there. Picariello went for the hard count to draw the defense off sides. Try and get himself some extra yards. And then once the whistle was blown, tried to snap it really quick so he could at least get an attempt on a free play. And instead they're just going to get the 5 yards. Savvy play, though, by the Badgers QB. That'll make it 1st and 5 from the Hitmen 38-yard line. Looks like it's going to be the same shotgun formation. Picariello sending some signals to his receivers out wide. Snap is low, juggled, fakes a handoff, takes off running, throws. Not enough air on it, so he effectively just threw it away. Again, some quick wit there from Pat Picariello. The low snap almost spelt disaster. And, you know, some folks in that situation might just pick up the ball and try and run, but he actually took an extra second to fake a handoff to Hugh Simmons, which I think attracted the defense's attention enough that he was able to roll out and at least create enough space to throw the ball away. 2nd and 5 for the Badgers. Shotgun again. They send Morales out of the backfield and into the slot. Snap is low. Picariello just has to fall on it. Shotgun snap just dribbled across the turf there. And we are now at the 2-minute warning for the half. That's going to be a 5-yard loss, or a 4-yard loss, rather. A 4-yard loss on the botched snap, and it's going to be 3rd and 9 for the Badgers. All right, there's the whistle. Third and 9 for the Badgers here. Another shotgun formation. Has been their most productive formation so far, but good snap this time. Drops back, quick throw over the head of the intended target, Marquise Hughes. Picariello tried for a screen pass, but that one just went way higher than he wanted it to, and that's going to bring up 4th down and 9. So the Badgers had a brief spark early in this drive, but now the drive has stalled out. Picariello comes off, Gonzalez back in. The Badgers are going to punt. They're going to go for it, actually. So 4th and 9, the Badgers are going for it. They took Gonzalez off, put Picariello back in. Shotgun formation again. Snap, drops back, running out of time, scrambling out of the pocket, still scrambling, tries to throw, tipped and knocked away. Deep pass intended for Marquise Hughes. Knocked away by the Haverhill secondary. I think that's number 25, Shedson Pierre. Once again, with a good pass breakup. He's had a couple of those today. And, you know, I kind of understand the idea to go for it there. It's almost halftime. You know, try and make a strike. You know, ask your defense to just keep the Hitmen out of the end zone for the remaining, like, minute or so that's left here in the second quarter. And it was some good movement out of the pocket by Picariello to set up a pass attempt. But again, just better defensive play, as it's another pass breakup for Shedson Pierre. Isaiah Ocasio takes the shotgun snap, throws a quick one out there to the outside. I believe that's Jordan Jones. Hurdles a man. Oh, he's still on his feet. Wait, is he still going? The man's just playing Madden. Dancing around another tackler, trying to truck another one, and then just spins out of bounds. Jordan Jones showing off the moves in the open field for an impressive catch and run there. I mean, boy, that looked like one of those things you see in like the competitive Madden scene where everybody's just learned how to move the joystick so well that it's impossible to tackle them. I mean, that was a very impressive open field run. There were a couple of times where it looked like he was going to be stopped or at least forced out of bounds, and the play really didn't end until he said it did. So it'll be a fresh set of downs for the Hitmen, 1st and 10 from the Badger 30-yard line. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers either side. Snap to Ocasio, fakes the handoff, looking to throw, floats one up, down the left side, caught! Another touchdown for Haverhill. A 30-yard strike down the near sideline from Isaiah Ocasio to, I think that's number 2, which again is either Xavier Garcia or Tashawn Watson. I'm not sure which. But that is going to make it 33-0 in favor of the Hitmen. Looks like there was a defensive penalty on that one, and it was declined. As actually, I think that might not be number 2. That might have been number 7, Jose Mantanez. Either way, second passing touchdown of the day for Isaiah Ocasio. And now it looks like they're going to go for 2. Ocasio in shotgun. Again, 2 receivers either side, 1 back to his left. Fakes the handoff, quick throw, caught, and in the end zone for a successful 2-pointer. That one is number 2, so either Garcia or Watson. And the successful 2-pointer makes it 35-0 here in favor of the Hitmen. So I think that's it for the first half as players on both sides walking up the field. I believe we are now at our halftime break. Two quarters in. And the score at the half, the Haverhill Hitmen 35, the Golden Badgers 0. So now as a part of this halftime intermission, I'd like to take a moment for a local charity spotlight, and I'd like to tell you about Language Virtual. Language Virtual is a nonprofit organization made by Brookline High School students in order to help other students all over the world. Language Virtual offers free English language lessons online to students around the globe. These lessons are taught by volunteer high school students, many of them from right in Brookline, who are recruited by Language Virtual to teach these ELL lessons through the simplest, most tried and true method of learning a language: conversation. To date, Language Virtual has recruited over 100 teachers to teach over 700 students across more than 10 different countries. And with the ongoing conflict in Ukraine, Language Virtual has seen an influx of students of Ukrainian descent, displaced by the war in their homeland and hoping that these English lessons can help them adjust to their new living situations. Visit languagevirtual.org to find out how you can register, either as a volunteer teacher or as a student in need. You can also donate money to Language Virtual to help them continue teaching students and fostering these worldwide connections. Once again, that's languagevirtual.org. And as always, you can see all the information about our local charity Spotlight Language Virtual down in the description section of the video below. But for now, it is halftime. The score, the Haverhill Hitmen 35, the Golden Badgers 0. Haverhill quarterback Isaiah Ocasio having passed for 3 touchdowns so far today. One from 5 yards out to Vinny Fonsuego. One a long strike to, I believe, Sean Osorio was the one who caught the second one. And then a 30-yard touchdown pass that was caught by, I believe, number 7, Jose Mantanez. And, of course, before that, a punt return touchdown by Sean O'Kelly and a long running touchdown by Jordan Jones. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan here at Daly Field. I'm going to go off the mic for a bit, but I will be back with the second half of this ball game. Stay tuned. Hello everybody, back on the mic. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, coming to you live from Daly Field in Boston, Massachusetts, bringing you this East Coast Football League Single A Division regular season finale between the Golden Badgers and the Haverhill Hitmen. The Hitmen so far have dominated. 35-0 is the score in favor of the visitors, off of a punt return touchdown, a running touchdown, and 3 passing scores. The Badgers received the opening kick of the game back in the first half. So now Haverhill set up to receive this kickoff from the Badgers' number 11, Ermin Gonzalez. Now everything just getting set in place. There's the whistle. Here comes Gonzalez. Onside kick. Oh, it's a favorable bounce. Oh, could they recover it? Oh, it's a scrum. They couldn't get it cleanly. Who has it? Badger football. The onside kick recovered by Ralph Duperville. A gutsy start to the second half, but I guess when you're down by 35, you got nothing to lose, really. A well-executed onside kick by Ermin Gonzalez, and a gutsy recovery of the loose bouncing ball by number 4, Ralph Duperville. If I'm not mistaken, I believe this is the second onside kick, at least at home, that the Badgers have recovered this summer. And they're going to start the ball in opposing territory at the Hitmen 48-yard line. Badgers come out of the huddle. They had some struggles moving the ball in the first half. Let's see if they're able to make any adjustments here in the second. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, 1 back to the left of Picariello. Takes the snap, drops back, still dropping back, rolling, throws a pass, hits Cuba Morales, but Morales gets hit right at the line of scrimmage, possibly a loss of 1. Off the tackle from number 20, Camden Titus. So the pass results in a loss of 1. It'll be 2nd down and 11. Oh, but wait, we got a penalty? Flag thrown against the Hitmen. Looks like another personal foul, and the Badgers are going to get to move all the way down to what appears to be the opposing 33-yard line. So a 15-yard penalty against the Hitmen, their second one today, and that'll be a fresh set of downs for the Badgers. Shotgun formation again. A back on either side of Picariello. 1 receiver either side. Snapped Picariello, drops back, looking, throwing, picked off. No, he dropped it. Pass broken up by number 13, Brandon Gibb. It was intended for Javon Furtado, who is now down on the ground. Looks like he's in pain. Appears to be holding the left leg, maybe the ankle. I mean, whatever it is, you certainly hope that he's all right. Been playing pretty much all of the Golden Badgers' offensive snaps as their starting tight end today. And it looks like he's been helped up, still hobbling a bit. But here's hoping he feels better soon. In terms of the football, it is 2nd and 10. Still at the Hitmen 33-yard line. And the Badgers now working without their starting tight end. Badgers still huddling up. And now they break out of the huddle, ready to start their 2nd down play. Picariello again in shotgun, one back to either side. He's got one guy out wide on his left, and we got a jump, and they are going to blow the play dead. And it's going to be an offsides call against the Hitmen. You could see Picariello hoping he would get a free play out of that, but the officials blew the play dead, and so that is going to be a 5-yard gain, and that's going to make it 2nd down and 5 from the Hitmen 28-yard line. So 20 yards of penalties here on this drive so far against the Hitmen. And so far through the first, I think the Badgers have only run one play that is counted so far. And that was the incomplete pass to Furtado. 2nd and 5. Tight formation, a back on either side. Marquise Hughes out wide on the left. Snap, handoff. Trying to burst ahead and push the pile is Cuba Morales. And they are going to blow the play dead. Whistles all around, but that might be the strongest run that Morales has had so far today. Looks like he gained about 3 yards on the carry. So this is going to be 3rd down and 2 yards to go. Badgers have had 3rd and short before and failed to convert. I believe the last time they had something around this range, it was a botched snap that cost them dearly. Now just 2 yards to make if they want to keep this drive alive. And we are in 4-down territory at this point of the field, so we'll see what happens. Shotgun snap to Picariello. He's going to take it himself. Barrels ahead. How far did he get? That is going to be a Badger 1st down. The QB keeper by Pat Picariello converts the 1st down. Looks like he got them exactly where they needed to be. Down to the Hitmen 22-yard line. He might have gotten 1 more yard than he needed. And so the Badgers get a fresh set of downs. They have almost entered the red zone for the first time tonight. First and 10 from the opposing 22. Picariello in shotgun, a back on either side. One receiver out wide to the left, takes the snap, fakes, gives to someone else. Wait, who has the ball? Nobody has the ball. It's a fumble. And it's recovered by the Hitmen. Utter confusion by the Golden Badgers on that play. It just seems like people weren't sure who was supposed to get the handoff, which one was supposed to be a fake. Might have gotten rushed a little bit by a subpar snap. I don't know what happened, but complete confusion, and that's going to cost the Badgers the possession. So it'll be first and 10 for Haverhill at their own 23 after the costly turnover by the Badgers. Isaiah Ocasio back in shotgun. Takes the snap, dropping back, throws to the outside to number 12, trying to stiff arm his defender. He does get away from his defender initially, and now gets dragged down out of bounds. Jose Florentino on the catch and run there. Stiff-armed the first defender to meet him and got a few extra yards. That is going to be good for a Hitmen first down. Now lining up in shotgun again, two receivers to the left, one to the right. First and 10 from their own 38-yard line. Snap, fakes the handoff, throws a screen pass, hits his man, off to the races. Jose Florentino is not going to be caught. A screen pass catch and run for a 62-yard touchdown. Florentino didn't even have a blocker in front of him. It almost seemed like the throw didn't go where it was supposed to. Or maybe it was some kind of a fake by the Hitmen. You know, make them think that Florentino's job is to block because he's a couple steps ahead of his fellow receiver, and then they just throw it to him instead. Whatever happened, once he got the ball, he was off to the races. Now we'll see if they go for a PAT or the two-pointer. Looks like they're going to go for the PAT. Richie Grasso out to kick. He is 3 for 3 on extra point attempts today, while the Hitmen offense is 1 for 2 on two-point conversions. Awaiting his holder, who was a bit late to the party. That's Fonsuego, who is holding for Grasso here, and one other guy. Haverhill a little confused about getting all their guys out on the field for a point after attempt. Snap, ball down, kick up, and through. 4 for 4 on the PATs is Richie Grasso. And that will make it a 42-0 lead for the Hitmen. So a 62-yard catch and run touchdown for Jose Florentino marks the 4th touchdown pass for the Hitmen quarterback Isaiah Ocasio, all 4 of them to different targets. As he had one to Sean Osorio, one to Jose Mantanez, one to Vinny Von Suego, and now one to Jose Florentino. Now we await another kickoff from Grasso. They've tried a couple of onside kicks. Nothing has worked so far, but the sacrifice of field position has not come back to bite the Hitmen as the Badgers' offense has struggled. Grasso again lining up on that near side hash. High kick. It's got the distance. It's caught out of the air by Erman Gonzalez. Another onside kick attempt busted by the Badgers. I mean, if there's one area that you can say the Badgers have been consistently good at today, it's onside kicks. They have thwarted every onside kick attempt by the Hitmen so far, and the Badgers have been successful on their only onside kick so far. We've got a flag thrown. Players maybe jawing at each other or jawing at the officials. What's happening? And it looks like that's going to be a penalty against the Golden Badgers, and that's going to move them back, I think, 15 yards to their own 35. It looks like they were going to have the ball at midfield, but something must have happened after the play. Excuse me. So it'll still be 1st and 10, but considerably worse field position for the Golden Badgers. Last offensive possession, they were able to trudge their way down to the Haverhill 22-yard line, but then a botched handoff resulted in a turnover. Badgers coming out in shotgun. Snap, Picariello drops back, looking to throw, unloads to a man who wasn't even looking. It's intercepted. This is going to be run all the way back. No, that's not a penalty flag. That is a touchdown. Number 40, Mason Ocasio with the pick 6. That was some very clear miscommunication between quarterback and receiver. The receiver wasn't even looking back at his quarterback when the throw was made. I think that one was intended for Cuba Morales, but he wasn't even looking. So now, after one offensive play and a pick 6, we are back to the PAT. Or it might be a 2-pointer. The Hitmen might be going for the 5-0 here. And it looks like they are lined up for the 2-point try. Pistol formation. Casio trying to get his back set. Snap. Fakes the handoff, rolling out to his left, still rolling, throws, back of the end zone, caught for a touchdown, or rather a 2-pointer. So the Hitmen make it 50 off a successful 2-point try to what looks like maybe one of their fullbacks or tight ends. I can't quite read the number from this distance. But the successful 2-pointer makes the score the Haverhill Hitmen 50, the Golden Badgers 0. So now we are getting ready for another kickoff. And that might have been the last play of the third quarter. The teams might be switching sides. And they are. So that was the last play of the third quarter. And so heading into the final quarter of the regular season, the score, the Haverhill Hitmen 50, the Golden Badgers 0. Richie Grasso lining up to kick this one away, using that same right hash. Probably lining up for an onside kick. No, he's going to boot a line drive. This one is actually going to be run back. This is Marquise Hughes juking out one player, getting a bit of a block, still running down the far sideline, and finally taken down short of the 40. You know, for the Badgers at this point, you're playing for dignity. You're trying to get a score on the board. You're trying to string some good plays together just to at least end the year on a slightly better note. Let's see what the offense is able to do as they are set for 1st and 10 at their own 37. Shotgun formation. They send Duperville in motion. Take the snap. Handoff up the middle. Bouncing off is Hugh Simmons. Still trying to go. Still on his feet. Still trying to push for however much he can get. That might be the hardest earned 2-yard run you're ever going to see. That'll make it 2nd down and 8 after a hard-fought 2-yard run by Hugh Simmons. Back out in shotgun. One receiver out wide to the left. Tight formation otherwise. Snap, somebody jumped. So the question is, who jumped first? And it looks like they are going to say the Hitmen jumped. So that's going to be a 5-yard penalty. And now it will be 2nd down and 3 yards to go. Snap. Fakes the handoff and gets dragged down for a sack. Number 57, Kyle Coburn, drops Picariello immediately. Did not fall for that fake handoff at all. Send it all the way back to what appears to be their own 38-yard line for a 6-yard sack. That'll make it 3rd down and 9. Looks like Eric Dukes is limping off the field for the Badgers. He's been a workhorse on the line for them today. Certainly hope he's all right. Snapped Picariello, drops back, got time, throws, juggled and dropped. Duperville almost made that catch in triple coverage, but ultimately the pass broken up. And it looks like they're sending out the punt unit on 4th and 9. Ermin Gonzalez, the punter, trying to direct players to their spots. Snap back to Gonzalez. His punt is deflected and blocked. It's picked up by Mason Ocasio, and he's going to run it all the way in again. Boy, they are finding all kinds of ways to score. Of all things, the team leader in touchdowns today is Mason Ocasio, and he hasn't scored on the offense once. The blocked punt touchdown return by Mason Ocasio, who also got the pick 6 for his team's last touchdown. And now they will line up for either the PAT or a 2-pointer. 56-0. Now the score in favor of Haverhill. Looks like this is going to be another 2-point try, as Isaiah Ocasio comes out, directing his formation. Going to be 2 receivers to the right in a pistol formation. Snap to Ocasio, toss back to number 4. Trying to gain the edge. He threw a pass, but it fell incomplete. They tried for the trick play to have Sean Osorio throw a pass, but it just lands at the feet of the intended receiver. And so the two-pointer is no good. $56-0, still the score. I can't say how much time we have left. We are in the fourth quarter. Richie Grasso lining up for another kickoff. He's done a lot of these tonight, and a number of them were attempted onside kicks, none of which have succeeded so far. Signal from Grasso. Badgers now clustering a number of players around the side that he has sent a lot of onside kicks to. And now here they come. This one booted high into the air, caught out of the air, I believe, by Hughes. Hughes, a short return. And we'll see where they spot that ball. Or is the game over? No, the game's not over yet, but I don't see the chain gang out. So it might be that there's one last play left here in this game. Or no, the chain gang is just kind of fell asleep on the job there. Maybe they thought the game was over. So the ball is going to be placed at the Golden Badger 34-yard line. 1st and 10. This may be the Badgers' last chance to try and score a touchdown. Snap to Picariello, hands off. I believe Morales was on the carry there, and he gets dragged down behind the line for what looks to be a big loss of about 4 yards. Second and 14 for the Badgers. Snap to Picariello. Fakes the handoff, gets swarmed, trying to run away, trying to outlast the defense, trying to just throw it. Gets it to Marquise Allen, and he gets hit. I'm not even sure what they're calling here. And now we've got penalty markers flying, as it looks like a couple players just jawing at each other. Cooler heads trying to prevail here. And that's going to be a personal foul against the Golden Badgers. So it is going to be 3rd down and about forever. The target for the first down is the 44-yard line, and I think the Badgers are placed at either their own 6 or 7. So that is, excuse me while I try and do math here, but I think that is now 3rd and 38 yards to go. 3rd and 38, I believe, is the mark. After a massive loss of yards and then another massive penalty. Badgers trying to call a timeout. I don't know what happened there. It looked like the Badgers were trying to call timeout and they just weren't getting it. I don't know. But either way, it looks like they're setting up for the next play. Snapped, Picariello unloads deep down the field, broken up. And a flag is going to fly for pass interference on that one. Marquise Hughes had a step on his defender. The ball was slightly underthrown. But as a result, the man in coverage, James Seavey, kind of wrapped up Hughes. And that, I believe, is going to be 15 from the, or it's going to be at the spot of the foul, I think, or something. I'm not sure. Either way, I believe that's going to be an automatic first down. So the chain gang will have to move because the yard to gain has now changed thanks to the automatic first down of that pass interference penalty. So it'll be 1st and 10 at the Badgers' own 25. And now a timeout, I believe, is called by the Hitmen. So now out of the timeout, here we come. 1st and 10 for the Badgers from their own 25, coming off the pass interference penalty. Don't know how much time we've got left in this 4th quarter, as the Badgers try and see if they can at least get a few points on the board before the season ends. The team has scored 34 points so far this season. They had 28 in their season opener against the East Boston Pirates for a 28-0 victory. They had 6 points in their 22-6 loss to the Connecticut Tar Heels. And the offense has not been able to find the end zone in any of their other games this year. But they're hoping they can find it at least one more time before the clock runs out on the 2022 season. Out of the huddle, Shotgun snap to Picariello, drops back, looking, throwing across the middle, hits Cuba Morales. Shook off one tackle, but then gets taken down. That one's going to be a medium gain there. Looks like Morales' helmet came off. Now Morales is coming off the field. No, he's staying in. I'm trying to figure out where the ball has been spotted. And it looks like we got a first down, I guess. So the Badgers got a first down off of that catch and run, I think. Or maybe it might be second and like 1. A little confusing. Snap, Picariello drops it, falls on it, loses it. They're still scrambling for it. And it looks like, I think that is the ball game. And indeed it will be. That is your final score. So the 2022 season is in the books for the Golden Badgers. The final score here in the regular season finale, the Haverhill Hitmen 56, the Golden Badgers 0. Well, the season has certainly had its ups and downs. But I don't know about you guys. I've been very grateful to this for this opportunity to cover this team for its 4 home games this season. You know, things may not have gone the way the Badgers hoped, but, you know, they had their moments here and there. And hopefully they'll be able to keep moving their program forward next season. So before we wrap this up and call it a year, remember, if you enjoyed this live stream, be sure to hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel so you can stay up to date on all my upcoming live streams in any number of different sports. If you've got anything you'd like to say and the stream has already ended, feel free to say it in the comment section down below. You can also go down below to the description section of this video and find out more about our local charity spotlight, Language Virtual. If you're a high school student hoping to volunteer as an English language teacher, or if you are a student in need of some English language lessons and you don't have easy access to them, or if you just want to donate to the cause, whatever it is, the URL to the Language Virtual website is in the description section down below. At the bottom right corner of your screen, you can see the URL to my personal website, jessesports.com. You can find out more about me, the services that I provide, and how you can commission those services for your favorite team or player. Below that is my email address, jgms88@gmail.com, if you just want to contact me directly with any questions you might have. Below that, the URL to my Instagram account, where I post highlights from previous streams. But that is going to do it. From Daly Field in Boston, Massachusetts, the final score, the Hitmen 56, the Badgers 0. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you, Golden Badgers, for another fun summer of football. I'm Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, signing off. Have a great rest of your night, everybody.